Hi everyone and welcome to this week's video. This week is a special video because we are past 10,000 subscribers. So thank you so much for your support, and you know what that means. We have a giveaway. So stick around and see how to enter the 10K giveaway. A couple winners will win a package of Axe abrasive paste. See how you can win? Stick around to the end. So I have a piece of kiln drying walnut that I bought on eBay, and it's been sitting around for a while, and I haven't really decided what to do with it until now. And you saw me marking center on it a minute ago, and off camera I cut it to almost round on the bandsaw. Yes, I got my bandsaw blade fixed finally. The speed rate now is around 650 because it's not completely round. So just going slow here, starting with Carter and Son bowl gouge as usual. So once it's pretty round, you can see me putting the tool up on top to see if it bounces, which it really isn't anymore. So I turn up the speed to just shy of 1000. There's a shot of the speed. And I begin to get it down to the diameter that I want before I start to work on the bottom and the shape. Still with the bowl gouge, using some pull cuts here to flatten the bottom and start shaping it. A lot of the wood where I am right there will be coming off to get kind of the OG shape. And here I am marking where the foot will be. There'll be a recess and then a small foot. So this project is intended to be a cross between a bowl and a platter, on a wider rim like a platter. And it's not as shallow as a larger platter would be, but it is a little bit deeper, not as deep as a bowl, so kind of a hybrid platter bowl. Here I have the diamond parting tool, shaping out the foot and back to the bowl gouge to remove some material. Different angle here, you can still see that I'm just shy of 1000 RPMs and taking off a lot of material at a time while the tailstock is up. And look at those nice shavings. Adjusting the tool rest to continue the shape of the bottom of the bowl. Still quite a bit of material to remove to get the OG shape that I'm going for. Doing what I can to flatten the foot and the recess to make sure it's flat and I get a good grip when I use the chuck jaws in expansion mode. Quick little clips of sanding from 80 to 120 to 180 and on and on. So I get asked sometimes why I do this step with the denatured alcohol, and I use it to remove any dust and debris, really just to clean the bottom before applying the sanding sealer. And the sanding sealer is a mixture of 70% sealer and 30% denatured alcohol. Scotch-Brite pad to denib it before applying the Axe abrasive paste. And if you want to try some Axe, you can use code PF10 to get 10% off your order. It's already at a great price, so 10% off makes it even better. So just wiping on the abrasive paste here before I start to clean it off or buff it off with a paper towel. And the idea here is to take it off so there's nothing coming off with the paper towel. And now for the Axe polishing paste, which I think is one of my favorite parts. It really gives a nice sheen to the piece. And buffing it in and then buffing it off. With this step, you start with a slower speed and turn it up to buff it off and get the sheen. So you can see that sheen, I think, in the shot there. It's just a very nice finish, in my opinion. Showing a little bit of the grain there before we flip it over and use the 4-jaw chuck in expansion mode, testing the speed here, seeing how high I can get that, and it's at about 850 right here. I didn't get a shot of it, but it is around 850. And flattening the top so I can get a more even spin, and sped up the lathe to about 1100 RPMs and taking off quite a bit of material here, as you can see. Going slow because the tailstock is not in place, so even though I know the chuck jaws have a good grip, always just be very careful not to push too hard. Don't want something at 1100 RPMs coming off the lathe. That would be not a fun way to finish a bowl. So with the diamond parting tool, I am defining the rim of the platter slash bowl. And back with the bowl gouge to define the slight curve on the rim. So taking off quite a bit of material here. This was at around 1100 RPMs. And you can see that most of the inside is hollowed out, and here I am defining the edge, the inner edge of the rim of the bowl platter to give it a little bit of a feature. And a little bit more of a close-up shot here. Now the bowl is basically roughed out to where I can start defining the rim and how thin or thick that I want it. Get some finishing cuts. You can see the fine shavings coming off there. And just defining what the depth of the platter bowl is going to be here. Going slow so as not to take off too much material, because that has never ever happened to me. Ever. That is the early April Fools, by the way. So some denatured alcohol to clean the surface of any dust or debris. Also a fun step because you get to see the grain. And next with the sealer. And after the sealer has a chance to dry, it gets denibbed with the Scotch-Brite pad. And starting the Axe abrasive sanding paste. I probably used a little bit too much there. So if you buy the Axe products, you can see for yourself how great they work. I use them in almost every project and get a great result every time, so I highly recommend it. I also get asked in the comments quite a bit if Axe products are food safe, and yes, they are. They are food safe and pharmaceutical grade. And the Axe is made right in the USA in good old Pennsylvania, PA. And you guessed it, next is the Axe polishing paste. Rubbing all over the piece, really getting it in there, and then, as usual, buffing it off with the lathe at a lower speed and then turning up the speed. And you can see before it even stops the sheen that it gives. You can see how smooth it is. The Axe is also very easy to work with. And you can see the shine or the sheen or the satin or whatever you want to call it, taking it off the lathe here and giving the camera some close-ups. So as I said at the beginning, this is a special video because we are celebrating 10,000 subscribers. So thanks again, very much appreciated. And to enter the 10K giveaway, please write a comment in the comment section, including the phrase, "Peace out." That will automatically enter you in the giveaway to win some Axe products. So thank you, Axe, very much. And I hope you enter for your chance to win. So some photos, as usual. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you very much. I really appreciate the support. And until next time, next week, peace out.